Y'all ready?
Yeah, hang on. Let me just compose myself.
We got 11 people here waiting, apparently.
All right.
Ah!
Oh!
What's up, Internet? It is your boy, Eric Banholtz, back again with another incredible live stream. I am here with...
Jack Malacco. Good to see you guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you are watching it, we're just glad that you're joining us.
We've got a face-up right now, apparently.
Yeah, what's going on with that, Josh?
Yeah,
We're already getting
this
into
guy.
style
I'm jumping the gun. I'm jumping the gun.
Right
There we
on.
go. How you guys doing?
Yeah.
Welcome, welcome.
Of course, on the other end of the side, who would have got over there?
We got, let's see, is he there?
Yeah,
there he
it
is. Back in the
That's
dungeon.
guy.
Back in the dungeon again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten fired yet, but
Nope.
after that mishap.
We'll see.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Anyhow, guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. So as always, if you're just joining us, you've never watched this before, we have got a link to a giveaway that we do every week. Yes. Down in the description, there is a link. You can click on that link, and it will take you to a little bit of a website that will ask you for 3 things. Those 3 things are your name, your email address, and your YouTube channel username. The YouTube channel username is that thing that pops up right next to your name or right next to whatever you type into the comments. So don't forget to give us that, because at the end of the stream, 45 minutes in, we're going to start calling some winners, man.
Yeah, if you don't know your name, just go ahead and shoot a quick little message in the channel. Just be like, hello, I don't
You can
know
honestly
my
just go
name.
test, and whatever pops up next to whatever you typed in, that is your YouTube channel username, and we need that because when we call out names, we're going to tag them in the chat, and you need to respond. If you don't respond, you cannot win. And what are they going to win today, man?
I don't know, $50 holla.
$50 gift card to the Beardbrand website. Man, it is easier than ever to get $50. It's awesome. And hey, man, you have the chance to win it every single week, so why not enter?
Yeah, well, I think we've had a couple people win multiple times.
I think there's been like 1 or 2 guys that have won twice, so there is a chance, guys. You can keep entering. Don't be afraid. If you've won before, keep on entering. Let's keep going, guys. Anyhow, so in our stream today, we're going to keep it pretty standard. We're going to go through some products, let you guys know what's going on in that world, tell you about some videos that are coming up. We've got some cool ones on the way. Then we'll get into our famous style consultations, not infamous. Last week I said infamous.
It was infamous last week.
This week it is famous.
Famous.
So we'll do that, and then we have got a special guest coming in after those.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man. It's going to be fun. So keep your eye on that. After
or your
that,
eyes.
both eyes. Man, I don't know.
Can you imagine watching a stream with just like one
eye?
closed?
Or like one eye on the stream and then like one eye on something else. It'd be interesting.
Or if you have a one-eyed... Anyways.
I'm like, where's this going? Anyhow, guys, so we got the... we got our guy coming in.
Oh, we forgot
after
a
the
guy.
stop. Oh, yeah, we forgot to start off with that. Let's start off with that. Sweet.
All right, let's get this party started.
Right on. So, first of all, we've got some products coming, man. Do you want to tease this new one that's coming up?
Yeah, that's why I got it here.
All right. Why don't you show the camera this new product? So, guys, you've been asking for it. You've been begging for it. It's finally coming out.
Well, before we tease, we should show them what just launched last week.
Oh, yeah, before that. Before we get into the new one. Check this out.
I'm such a tease, a product tease.
There we go. That is Gold Line Sea Salt Spray. I was having trouble saying what this was earlier, but how could I forget such an awesome product, man? This is the Gold Line Sea Salt Spray. We just launched that last week. If you didn't get the chance to see it, it is really cool. It's got the new nozzle on top, which gives you a much better spray. I've been using this stuff like literally every single day since
Always
it came out.
shake it up.
Yeah, shake it up before you do it.
It gets a little bit of sediment at the bottom. That's like
it kind of
the ocean.
separates, yeah.
So you got to make waves, and then...
Oh, you got to take this. Yeah, you got to get it going.
You got to warm it up first.
There you go. All right, now get it going.
Look at this. Look at this.
Sweet.
Woo.
Oh, and it smells good.
Yeah, it just smells amazing.
I feel like it's almost, I wouldn't say the most concentrated when it's in the sea salt spray, but for some reason when it's like that, it smells really good. Like when I use the tea tree version of this in my bathroom, like my entire bathroom smells like tea tree, and it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I really like that. That smells really good.
Yeah, so like if you're wearing Old Money beard oil,
just
get some,
get a little bit of that in the hair,
sea salt spray.
Dang, I can
it's
smell
good
that
stuff.
from over here.
I know,
yeah,
dude.
it
smells real good.
It's but it's not like overly strong. It's like, oh, what is that? It's like when you smell a good cologne, you know, when it's in the air, you're like, oh, that's nice. So that is out, guys. That's on the website for on Beardbrand website.
Beardbrand.com.
Pick that up if you haven't gotten the chance to get some of that. We've also got the Silverline one on the website as well.
And these are in a travel-friendly size, 100 mil. for 3.4 ounces for all you Americans out there.
So TSA is not going to hassle
yeah,
you?
throw that in. It's got a little lock on here, so.
Oh, there it is.
Well, I guess you can get a little.
I don't think you have it closed all the way, but make sure you got that closed all the way when you put that in your bag. Well,
Yeah.
maybe that one's.
This one's defective.
I think this might be one of the prototypes. Anyhow, so besides that one, guys, we've got something new coming out.
Yeah.
We put it up for long enough, but you want to bring this one out?
Yeah.
All
So, for those who don't know, whenever we do a product launch,
That's right.
we have a kind of a secret pre-launch that's only available to subscribers of our newsletter. So if you're already a subscriber to our newsletter, you know what the pre-launches are about. Essentially, as a thank you for being a subscriber, we give you guys access to the product before it goes public, so you can get it ordered before the mass rush comes in. And in addition to that, you get that at a pre-launch price before it goes to its public final price. So there's a little bit of an advantage to being on the newsletter.
And one of those advantages are you get the chance to get this right here.
And you get this beautiful product that will be pre-launching to next
week.
Tuesday.
Next week.
Tuesday. What do you guys think it is?
Let's see. What do you guys think it is down there in the comments? Here it is. Boom. Styling Bomb Gold Line. You've been asking for it. You've been begging for it. It is finally here, man.
Finally here.
Oh, I'm
Let's
excited.
open this up. Old money. Speaking of
Even
old
I
money.
haven't got the chance to use it yet. Like, that's how new it is. Oh, I like that, man. Oh, there, nice light. There we go.
Oh, beautiful.
Excellent. So that is going to be pre-launching next week.
So all the gold lines, the old money, the Temple Smoke, the Four Vices. Been
The
asking
whole
for it
line.
a long time.
I was going to say, I mean, like, even when I first joined the team, I was like, why is there no gold line Styling Bomb? So it's finally here, guys. You're going to have the chance to get that. So if you haven't signed up for the newsletter, go ahead and do that now. But don't leave the stream. Like, do it and then come back. Either way, that is coming out next week. Pre-launch. You get the pre-launch price, you get the chance to look at that, and then you're on the newsletter, and you'll get to know whenever new products are coming out or whenever we're doing cool stuff, man. There's no reason not to be part of the newsletter, so go ahead and sign up for that. It's on the Beardbrand website. All you need to do is click on the little, what is it, like a message button?
Yeah, or just scroll to the bottom.
Yeah, at the bottom.
Do they call it a newsletter because every email that comes in is new?
Most likely, yeah. That would make a lot of sense. I actually thought about the news that way. I was like, oh, it's because it's the new stuff. So like if they did like a repeat of the news, it'd be the olds.
Yeah.
Yeah, either way.
We should roll out an olds letter and just send out old emails.
Yeah, just repurpose them.
Join our olds letter.
Yeah, just do like the best of the best, man. It's like the best of.
I don't like any of these puns.
No?
None of them.
Josh
They're all
is
a no from me.
Josh has given us a no for the pun list. All right, anyhow. So let's talk about some of the videos that are coming out pretty soon, man. So we teased this last week, but tomorrow we've got a new face coming on the channel. Not new face, a face we haven't seen in a long time. A long time, like since October, we haven't had this guy on the channel, and we're really happy to have him back. And he made this awesome video, and that's dropping tomorrow. I'm not gonna spoil who it is. Let us know in the comments who you think it is, but it's gonna be a good video, guys, and that's gonna drop tomorrow.
I know who it is.
Yeah, we know who it is. We saw the video.
Josh knows who it is.
So that's coming out tomorrow.
Jack knows who it is.
I know who it is. I think everyone in the office knows who it is, but they don't know who it is. You guys don't know who it is. You're going to find out tomorrow. Besides that, we've got Carlos finishing his neck tattoo. Everyone was always asking in the video that dropped last week why Carlos shaved his beard. Like, why would you shave off your beard just to finish a tattoo that's going to get covered up?
Well, who is this Dr.
Dr.
Dysentery?
Dr. Dysentery. No, it's Dr. Disrespect.
Who's Dr. Disrespect?
Yeah, if you guys didn't get the chance to watch it last week, Carlos got his beard shaved, but he kept a sort of like a really long handlebar or like a Fu Manchu big thing going on. And everyone was saying he looked like Dr. Disrespect. Now, if you don't know who that is, that's a Twitch streamer.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's like a dude that like plays a character. I've seen like 1 or 2 episodes of his streams, but you know he's got that same style of mustache. He's got the big puffed up hair, kind of like how Carlos is wearing it, and it really did kind of look like Carlos. We'll have to look at it after the stream.
I'll have to see that. Everyone, it was like half the comments were like,
yeah, I was gonna say like 30% of the comments were like, "Is this Dr. Disrespect?" So that was fun. Anyhow, so we've got Carlos finishing his neck tattoo on Saturday. So you guys will finally get the chance to see why he got the beard shaved and why he's going to be growing it back. It's kind of a sense of completion for him. It'll make sense when you see it. You'll be like, oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense because it was really a tattoo piece that wasn't finished.
Yeah.
And now it is. Now it actually looks like a full piece. And even if it does get covered up with a beard, he'll know and he can be at ease knowing that his tattoo is now finished. And I think that'll be the last one he gets for a while, at least with that one. We'll see.
You think that'll be the last tattoo he gets for a while?
No, not at all.
You don't think
You're
so?
crazy, dude. Like,
I don't know how often does he get tattooed.
Like Carlos goes like every week to get a new
Yeah, you've seen his
tattoo.
legs, right?
That's true. He does.
Those
He's
are
filling
clear
up.
canvas.
Yeah, he's running out of real estate, man. He's gonna be out of it pretty soon. I still have yet to get a single tattoo. You don't have one either.
No,
Neither of us
I'm
have tattoos.
tattooless.
Me
I
too.
haven't.
Josh is
Josh
covered.
is all
Yeah,
tatted
Josh is.
up.
Yeah, I got full
covered in
sleeves.
tattoos.
My
got a
whole
bunch
face
of-
is tattooed.
He's got a couple of lightsabers. He wears a
couple.
heart on his sleeve.
Yep.
Yes.
He's
I
got
also have a
what I got.
stormtrooper on the
Yeah,
other
he's got
one.
like a
Yeah.
bunch of Star Wars stuff on there. It's
I
pretty
do,
cool looking.
Yes.
Maybe we'll have to do a tattoo tour with you at some point. We did one with
Maybe.
Carlos, so maybe we'll do one with you at some point. It'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let us know if you guys would like to see that. Anyhow, and then besides that, guys, we got the Yard video coming out on Friday, as always. But here's my question to you guys. This is what I want to know. What would you guys like to see from a Yard video? Let me know in the comments. I would love to. I haven't filmed it yet, so I would love to hop in the studio and take a suggestion from one of you guys. So let me know in the chat what you guys would like to see from the Yard update, what kind of topic you'd like me to cover in this one, and then maybe you'll just see that one on Friday. All right? So, besides that, 10 minutes in, man. It's time to get into these style consultations.
We're on the ball today.
Yeah,
huh?
we're actually right on schedule. Let's get it going. Oh, hey, that's a familiar face.
Oh, yeah.
If you guys weren't here at the beginning, this is a.
Oh,
this
yeah.
is
Before
our,
we get into this, a couple
Yeah.
of reminders. You can still enter into the contest.
Absolutely, that's
The
still
link
open.
is down below. In addition to that,
Down there.
we're going to see 1 billion of these comments come in. They're going to say, where
Oh,
can
yeah.
I submit my photo?
You guys can submit your photo at style@beardbrand.com. Again, that is style, STYEL, at beardbrand.com. We don't get to every single one of them right away, so don't be concerned if you're not in this one. We've already picked them for today, but maybe next week, maybe the week after that. No worries. We keep doing this on a rolling
Yeah.
basis, guys, so that at some point we're guaranteed to show at least you once.
Yeah, and we do them at random, right?
Oh,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
a
There's
person-
no rhyme or reason to this. We're just picking old ones. We're picking new ones. We're not picking the ones that just came in all the time. We're
So-
trying to get through everyone.
Yeah, and if you don't see your face, if you submitted a photo, you don't see it,
Yeah.
check the stream later. If you miss a stream, make sure you
You can reach
Like-
out.
click on it later because
Mhm.
we'll keep it up, but we keep the streams unlisted.
Yeah, they're unlisted so that.
So either you like click on it and bookmark it and save it, come
Mhm.
back, or
Or, I mean, you can reach out and I'll hook you guys up with the link.
yeah, shoot us a message.
Yeah, I
Shoot us
trust
a
these
message.
guys.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll hook them up. Anyhow, so with that being said, let's get into the style consultation, man. Starting with this gentleman right here. We don't have names anymore. We're not doing that. We're just getting into these quick, rapid-fire 30-second ones where we're giving any sort of feedback that we can, and we will get that started right about now.
Boom.
So,
on the clock.
with this guy, first of all, I really like those frames. I think this guy has figured out the frame situation with his head shape. I like the rectangle. With the hair on top, I'm not super into the fringe. I would cut that a little bit shorter, and I like the skin fade that he has on the side, or I wouldn't go with the full skin fade, but he's got the fade on the side. I would bring the fringe down a little bit so that it's a bit more even, almost like a military-inspired fade. It would look cool in this guy's head. With the beard, I would continue to grow that mustache out, but making sure that you keep an eye on the hair underneath. Right now, he's rocking sort of a Hollywoodian, but if you don't keep an eye on that growth underneath, it could get out of control and end up neck beardy. All right? Let's keep it going, man. 30 seconds on the clock. Go for it.
Do I get any info on these, Josh, or we're just rapid fire?
We're just rock and
We're
roll,
just
man.
rapid
We're trying to
fire
get to
these
as many of
days.
these we can. Go for it.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's got a pretty dope beard. Looks like it comes in nice and full.
Mhm.
I think how he has the mustache trimmed, it ends, or at least the thickness ends at the edges of his lips.
Mm-hmm.
He could consider extending that a little bit more, having a little bit more of a swoop, but I understand the challenge that comes along with a little bit longer mustache. I don't know if he's dyeing his hair or if the beard's natural, but if he is dyeing it, I'd recommend that he consider just going all natural if
Yeah.
he wants. If not, do what you got to do. But great looking beard. Oh,
Whoa!
yeah.
Whoa! Ain't no rest for the wicked, man. Here we go. Next guy. Really like that stash. First of all, holy cow! That's the first thing I noticed. Like, wow, that kind of reminds me of like
the
what
biggest
you. Yeah,
mustache we've ever seen.
that gives you a run for your money, man. That's incredible.
Yeah, that's
I would
bigger
not
than I
touch
could
that. That's incredible. I mean, he's kind of made a version of the beard stash because his mustache is so big.
Yeah.
It looks like the rest of his beard is almost like a stubble, but I like that. Continue to grow out that beard. I think that would look like a good combo, unless he wants to go for the beard stash, which is all up to him. With the hair, I would slick that back just a little bit, or almost just pull it back with your fingers. You can get some styling balm in there. It's nice, but it is a little bit messy in the front, and that's my opinion, man.
I would just say with that hair, I would probably do less of a shine product and more of a natural product, like a sea salt spray or
yeah, he could definitely get some of that in there, or even both.
Yeah, pair them together.
Use them together. So that's cool, man. All right, let's keep it going. Next guy, Captain Sideways. We meet again. How you doing? There he is. All right, 30 seconds on the clock. Go.
Did we see this guy last week?
I don't think so. He looks similar to a guy we did see last week, though.
I think he's got a pretty good stash coming in, and he clearly has a very straight beard, which makes it harder to cover up patches. I think the length he's decided to go with is a good length. I think if he grew it a little bit longer, it could start to look a little stringy or a little wispy. So I think it's pretty good. And then I probably would take the mustache up a little bit on the edges, but the length and the density looks pretty good.
Yeah, man. Hey, Greg's in here. How you doing, Greg? Hello, hello.
Yeah, we got to get Greg to come down to Austin.
Yeah, we do. We had him for CXPB. Anyhow, we'll talk about that in a little bit.
All right, you're on the clock.
I'm on the clock with this one. This guy is rocking a pretty good solo stash. Sort of a cop stash that goes a little bit farther than the lips, so this is a more natural one. I would let that keep growing and see where you get with it.
I think he's kind of got a stash like you, man.
A little bit. Yeah, it's thinner. So I think if he keeps on growing it, it could go a little bit longer, but we should see that in some time. Give it at least a month and see how long the hair comes in. The hair on top is pretty good. I like that nice square hairline, but I would take the sides in just a little bit farther down. That gives you a little bit more of a shape to it. Cool. Let's keep it going.
Oh, it's the same guy.
Oh, it's the same guy. Wow. Holy cow. Talk about a transformation. Is that the same haircut?
I think so. Yeah, it's an undercut. His name's Sonny.
Hold on. Go on back there for a second.
What's up, Sonny?
My man. That's the same guy?
Yeah, it looks like it's just
wow.
I
like the cut that he got on top then. That's a cool undercut. All right, that being said, man, that's pretty awesome. Okay, 30 seconds on the clock. Let's rock and roll.
Boom. All right, man. So another good beard. I think my comment again is a big beard. In my opinion, a big beard deserves a big mustache.
Definitely.
I know the challenges, again, of growing out a big mustache. It looks like he's got the genetics to be able to grow it out, get a little bit of a swoop going, rather than having that hard cut over there would be my recommendation. And then I would probably do more of like a taper between the top of the hair and the side of the hair, a little bit more. Personally, I think the undercut is maybe a little dated.
A little bit. It's definitely an earlier 2010s.
I think it's maybe good to grow out that corner a little bit. But
yeah.
Overall, great looking beard, great looking hair. Very lucky.
Like the color in there. Some good color. All right. Rock and roll. Oh, man. Look at this guy. He's got some serious density.
Are you sure we didn't get this last week?
I think we did see this guy last week. You know what? Yes, we did. Can we get on the next one? There we go. Sweet. Okay. We definitely did not get this guy.
Okay.
All right. On the clock. Here we go, man. So, with this one, the guy has his mustache after my own heart, man. So, if he's not growing a mustache that is to its fullest potential, I would let that mustache go wild. If that is the case, though, where it is smaller like mine and it just kind of gave up, maybe trim the farther down a little bit more, bring it a little bit closer up, because what can happen is the mustache can sometimes get lost in the sea of the beard underneath. I do, again, think the bald head and bearded look is one of the most badass looks out there. I would do it myself if I could, but, man, let that mustache go wild if it's an option. Whoop, whoop.
Which one am I giving advice for, Josh?
I assume it's the one on the left.
How about we do this, man?
Both?
You want to give it a minute and give both of these guys
All right. Can you zoom in at all?
Let's find out.
Let's see if we can zoom in on these bad boys.
Zoom and enhance.
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 Let's see.
I don't think so.
No dice?
No dice.
Oh, that's too bad. All right. Well,
All right.
Let's rock and roll.
So I'll take the guy on the left since
Okay.
I'm on the left.
Sounds good.
I think
Wait, hang on.
from afar. Ah! Josh!
Josh.
You just added like 50 pounds to them each.
Man, now they're squeezed. Josh, these poor men.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Well, you took off all that weight.
Oh, there they go. They're a little bit more
there
squished.
we go.
There we go. Nice and squished.
So I think dude's got a pretty good beard on the left.
Yeah.
It's hard to see because it's
Pretty
clearly
far
a
in. I
small
can't tell if that's a
bud.
hat or if it's his hair. I think it's a
It is
hat.
a hat. Yeah,
It's definitely a hat.
dude.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it looks like a good beard, and
Mhm.
it's hard to see with the smile as well. But
Yeah.
I can't really, honestly, it's hard for me to.
It's
give advice
pretty
with
hard
smile,
when
but it looks well grown in.
What'd you say about his style? I mean, that's a pretty cool outfit he's got on, man. I like that. It's very formal, very
Yeah, it looks
Old
like he's
school.
got a tux on.
yeah.
He's got a what do they call it?
Cummerbund.
Cummerbund? I was gonna call it Cumberbatch.
Yeah. He's an actor.
Yeah.
So he's I would imagine he doesn't wear a tuxedo every single day.
I don't think so. He could, but I don't think anyone out there wears a tuxedo every day. Who knows? Anyhow, so let me get on to this guy on the right-hand side, which is probably the left for you guys. I don't know if it's mirrored. But with this guy on my right,
Like, it looks like a goatee from here.
it does
kinda
look like a
hard to
goatee,
tell.
but it might be a circle beard.
So what I would say is his
This guy over
I
here.
think on the right, his neckline's
Yeah.
a little too high.
Yeah,
That
it definitely
would be
looks
my
like it.
advice on that. I think he could probably take it a little lower and grow a little bit bigger beard
Mm-hmm.
and give his jaw a little more definition
For sure.
to kind of hide the roundness of
Mhm.
the neckline.
And hey, I mean, he does not need to start over if he's going for the full beard. A lot of guys will grow circle beards and then want to go for the full beard. They'll think they need to start over, but that is not the case. You can rock the what we call the scruffy goat for some time, and then eventually maybe get it blended in as your beard gets thicker. So, anywho, those
Oh,
are
yeah,
our.
we give him a bunch
Yeah, I
of
was
time,
gonna say we
don't
gave these guys quite a bit of time. Josh, can we get to the next one? I believe this is me now.
Yeah.
This guy on the screen is not me, but. Okay, so for this guy, I do like the density of that mustache. That thing looks like it's going to get pretty wild. I do like that. Let that grow out a little bit farther. He could get seriously like a Tom Hardy thing going on with that mustache. Make sure you keep an eye on the underneath. It looks like it's growing a little bit faster than the mustache, so always make sure that's not going too wild unless you're going for a yeared. Hair looks great, man. I actually really like that look. It's very classic, very old school, kind of 1920s, 1930s-esque. And I like that. Just make sure that when you're slicking your hair down, you're kind of reflecting that with your outfits. If you want more of a matte look, that's when you go with t-shirts and stuff like that. All right, let's keep it going, man. Rock and roll. 30 seconds on the clock.
All right, dude. Good looking beard.
Yeah.
I think appropriate length. Once again, I think the guys are kind of realizing like he's got patches in here, and which is probably why he sent this photo in. What to do with the patches?
Yeah.
Personally, I think you do have the ability to rock some facial hair, but I want to go much longer than that. I think this length or shorter is going to be appropriate. You've got good density
Definitely.
on the mustache, and most people are going to be looking directly at your face. You got a good set of hair. I don't know if this at his sideburn area, if he had a trimming mistake or if that's grown in.
It might be a hard part that he put in there at one point that's growing back. That's what I would assume it is.
Right here, but right above his ear.
Oh, above his ear, I don't know about that. I thought you were talking about up there in the corner, right where
Yeah.
it looks like his hair naturally parts.
But yeah. So I don't know if he had a mistake around
Mm-hmm.
essentially like this area.
Yeah.
But
Anyhow, cool. Sorry, I gave you a little extra time on that one. Okay, man. Let's get 30 seconds on the clock and let's rock and roll. So this guy sent us three. I actually like how he did this with the three situation. We could see all three of them all in one picture. If you guys want to send them in, this would be a good way to do it. So with this guy, I would let that mustache go a lot bigger because with a bigger beard, sometimes the mustache can get lost in there. Great shape on there. I don't know if I would touch the beard itself. I think he's got
kind of got a beard similar to your texture.
Yeah, very similar in texture. Different color, definitely, but great
nice
texture.
round shape.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice shape.
Now with the hair, it looks like he does have hair on the sides, but nothing on top. So we have a great video on that if you want to check it out. I think it's the best haircut for balding men. Take a hint from Mahesh. Check that one out. Sweet, man. All right.
All left.
What do we have to say about this gentleman right here?
In terms of beard, I don't think there's much I can say. It's great shape,
Good
great
shape.
length, great stash, follically gifted.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of hair, I think kind of going back to my previous comment, I think you can play around with a more gradual transition from the top up here to the sides.
Mm-hmm.
So he could play around with that. Maybe take his part a little bit higher towards the middle. I want to say towards the middle of the head, but more towards the middle of the head than to the side.
Right.
Would be my recommendation. But look at Jeff Juan Cristiano's
That's
side
a good
part.
example for that.
Yeah, that's a really good example.
Holy cow, we got Captain upside down here.
Yeah, dude. How are we doing this?
Wow, I'm going to need to climb the other direction to see this guy. I can see
This is our first girl request.
Yeah, I was going to say this
We've
is
never
very
had a girl
different.
Ask us for advice.
Guys, you don't need to have a beard to send him in. This person is a great example of this. I really like this, but in all seriousness,
he looks like Blake, doesn't he?
a little bit, yeah. I can kind of
Blake, who was one of our Celebration by Beardbrand guys. We did a video.
Yeah. I definitely do see the similarity. I almost thought that was him for a second. So with this one, I do think this guy has got his style down pretty pat. He's rocking the whole lumberjack look. It looks great on him. I think this is a great look for guys that have bigger beards like that. Again, if he wants to let the mustache grow a little bit longer, that's all good. But this dude really has it off. I think he's just showing off, man, at this point. So that
Kind of looks like your beard, but bigger mustache.
for sure. Hey, Josh, can we go ahead and shoot a message to our special guest? Make sure that he's coming on in.
Yeah.
All right, man. Sweet. And let's get the next picture up as well so we can get that one going. Oh,
wow, dude, he's upside down again.
Captain upside down once again. There we are. Sweet. 30 seconds on the clock. Rock and roll. Woo.
Nice gnarly beard we got going on here. Big, full. Looks like probably about 6 months of growth in there.
Good density.
Probably started growing when you started growing.
Yeah, I was going to say, this guy could be going for a year for all we know.
I think the mustache, he's probably genetically limited to what he has. I think the shape looks good.
Yep.
It's kind of grown what he has. I think he could probably play around with the hair a little bit and get a transition. It doesn't have to be a skin fade, but just
something.
a little more gradual taper would be pretty dope. And just keep on growing, man.
Good hairstyle, man. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Captain Sideways. Here we are once again. Oh, I see our special guest coming in, guys. But hang on, we ain't done yet. Captain
Upside down!
Upside down. There we are. So, 30 seconds on the clock. Here we go. With this guy rocking the classic Hollywoodian right there. With the haircut, let's start with the haircut. So it looks like it has grown out a bit on that one side. So make sure you're keeping an eye on that as you get what is almost like a skin fade or an undercut. You want to make sure that you're keeping an eye on that. So every 2 weeks is what Mahesh says, to go in and try and get done like a back and sides. If you can't do that, 4 weeks is a good mark if you're going for something like a skin fade. Make sure you're staying on top of that, guys, because it will get out of hand really fast and can end up looking a little bit awkward. Sweet. Let's keep it going. We got 3 more minutes before we get into
I feel like my gong ringing's really on the ball.
Yeah, I was going to say we've had no tinniness.
Yeah,
it's just,
I feel like I'm getting like a really good clean sound from the gong today.
I feel like we might knock it off the table at some point. You see how it's hanging off a little bit?
Yeah.
I'm just waiting till the day we hit it hard enough to break it. Someone said we could do that, but
we've dropped this dang thing.
Yeah, we did drop it that well.
When I push that door closed.
Yeah, that's right. Did fall over. So anyhow, let's rock and roll. 30 seconds on the clock.
Anyhow, when in doubt. All right, so my recommendation with this guy is he appears to be a younger guy. The beard still has opportunity to come in a little bit fuller, a little bit thicker. I think the length is cool in the front. The mustache is what it is, kind of the length. But I would say consider tapering in the sides a little bit and having a little more transition or a little more distinct transition between the cheeks and the chin. So almost going with what I'd say like a scruffy goat.
Yeah.
For lack of better terms, might be a good kind of beard style for this guy.
There we go. Let's do one more, Josh. And what a beard to end with.
Yeah, man, that's a
Captain Sideways, back to your old tricks. With this one, holy cow, man, what can I even say about that density? That guy has got it figured out. He's got those cheek lines down to a science. I don't know if he gets that threaded, but it almost looks like he does. If he doesn't, and that's just his natural line, or he's shaving that, I want some secrets from him. On top, let's go back to what I was saying with the guy earlier. So he does still have a bit there on top, but I think in his situation, I would keep that a little bit shorter, especially right there in the front. It's getting a little longer, and it can look a little bit odd if you don't keep that nice and short. Oh, and that's all I have to say about that, man. All right, so can we go back to full screen, Josh?
Yeah,
there we are.
Kind of got to tease them with those.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, I was excited. I'm like, oh, is it gonna hit?
Yeah, you just never know when it's gonna ring that gong.
Again, I'm just waiting until it falls over. Anyhow, guys, as always, we are going to get into our special topics now, which includes a very special guest. But let me tell you something. Right before we get into that, you guys still have the opportunity for a few more minutes to enter into our giveaway. That link is down in the description. Give us your name, your email address, and your YouTube channel username. Again, your YouTube channel username is the thing that pops up next to whatever you comment in the chat. When we call the names out at 45 minutes in after this special topic, we're going to do 3 winners at 5-minute intervals, and you have to respond in the chat when we tag you. If you don't respond, that means you're not here. It means you do not win. We want to make sure that the winners are people who actually manage to stick around.
Celebrate with the winners.
So, that being said, man, I see him. I see him laughing over there. You want to come on over here? Yeah. Man, this is our special guest. You guys have seen him before. He's in a different hat this week, but this is our lovely friend, Sylvester Lewis.
Careful of all those cords back there.
Yeah, watch out for those cords. There he is. Sweet. Man.
Oh, and you guys saw me brushing my beard. I got the little bitty, itty bitty, teeny weeny, not so big mustache comb right here. This beauty, it's great. I use it on my mustache.
It's beautiful.
And it's perfect. It's just like the most perfect comb.
What's going on?
What's up?
How's it going?
Hey, man. How you doing?
Good.
Long time no see.
I know.
I'm digging his shirt today.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a classic oldie but a goodie.
Yeah, and the hats as always.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sylvester is our most stylish guy in the office. Maybe Carlos takes a cake outside of the office.
Definitely.
He's worried about when Carlos moves to Austin because he's no longer going to have. He's going to have to really battle for the title of the most stylish in the office.
It'll be a nice competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think? So, what kind of hat is this you're rocking?
This is a Stetson. When it comes to hats, I usually stick with Stetson. I think Carlos is a Gruen Brothers type guy.
I think he rocks some Stetsons as
Does
well
he?
if he can find them.
Yeah.
He typically goes like the vintage route.
Yes, he does.
Do you pick your stuff up vintage as well? Or
I don't. But yes, he did tell me about his vintage one that he got.
Yeah.
That he snagged last time he was here.
Yeah.
A little jealous of that.
So, what do we got you on here for?
Yeah, so we are on here to talk about a subject that, I don't know, I feel like is what, Pandora's box or the devil's rage or the dragon's fire. Patchy beards.
Yeah, you know, the thing is, like, we've got a blog, and we got some blog posts to talk about, like how to grow a thicker beard, how to grow a fuller beard. He's in customer experience. He's now running up with the Alliance. Like, probably the thing you see most come across is patchy beards.
Yeah, patchy beards. How do I grow my beard thicker, fuller, and you know, and everybody's goal for the most part is from what I've seen, is really like, how do I get my beard to be thicker and fuller and fill these patches in?
Yeah.
And the truth of the matter is that you really can't control that. Yeah. The truth is that if you have patchy, you don't have a beard. You don't have a patchy beard. You have a beard with some patches in it, right?
Yeah, that's me, right? I got a beard. I'm not saying I got a patchy beard. I got a beard with patches.
Yeah.
Everyone makes fun of me in the office for saying that, but it's generally true.
Yeah, absolutely.
But there are guys that have patchy beards.
Right, and I've been down the journey myself. I didn't realize I had patches in my beard until I decided to grow out 5 years ago, and it really happened when a friend of mine just kind of started laughing, and he's like, "Oh, you got a patch right there."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, I do got a patch right there, I guess." And so I wanted to talk about talk about the patchy beard and two things. There's two things to it. One, there's the science behind it, so there's the genetics involved when it comes to a patchy beard, and those genetics typically, I wrote some notes down, so don't shoot me for looking at my notes. But there is, when it comes to the science side of it, there's genetics, and then there's the hormone aspect of it. And under the hormone aspect of it, there's the DHT. So the higher the DHT, the stronger growth you're going to have. The lower your DHT levels, not so strong of a growth that you're going to have. And so what a lot of guys maybe not realize, or something that we really want to convey, is you can't change your genetics, right? You can't alter your genetics. So, my grandfather, and my dad, they don't have beards because it's not in their genetics to have beards, but
Right.
what they do have is some pretty gnarly mustaches that they've always had and maintained and grown all their lives. So I guess the conversation is two-handed. One, there's the science side of it. How do you, one, you got to understand the science of it, right? And you also have to, what can you do to maybe not change or alter the science of it, but help enhance the science of it? So things like eating healthy, taking good care of your skin, making sure that you work out regularly, do things to boost that DHT, those DHT levels. But then on the other hand of it is the mental side of it. How do you rock a patchy beard with confidence? And what you've seen in some of the style consultations even today is, hey, if you've got a patchy beard, maybe you shouldn't grow it out as long. Maybe you should rock it a little bit shorter, kind of give you a nice, clean, and a little more consistent appearance, if you will. I don't know if Josh has a couple of photos of me, but if you want to show him the yeared one, which is the longest point of my beard.
Nope. Look at him.
Wow. Oh, man. There you go.
There you go. All right.
Yeah, so, this was at actually as close to the 12-month mark as I could find documented, and I was actually growing out my head hair as well at that point. And another stream for another day. But you can see there's some patches going on there. And then, so that's, I guess my point is like, how do you rock it with confidence? Number one, I didn't know until my friend pointed out that I had a patchy beard.
I was blissfully ignorant.
Yeah, just blissfully ignorant and just kind of rocking it and rocking it with pride and rocking it with confidence. And if you can flip over to the next photo, Josh, the next one. That one.
Yeah.
So this one is actually a little more recent. I actually joined a friend who would never grow his beard out past 3 weeks, who is a little more genetically follically gifted, and we grew our beards out together for 90 days. And the long story short of it is we used to get beards on a weekly basis, and now that we're states apart, this was a way of us kind of sharing that beer, was to grow our beards out together. And so you can see clearly this is about this is about 100 days into it, and there's no consistent growth, to be honest. It's a little patchy on the sides. It doesn't, fill in as nicely. But let me kind of look at my notes here. So one, the mental side. Number one, getting out of your head, and two, ignoring the haters is another bullet point that you want to kind of take in.
Haters gonna hate, man.
Haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate.
I would encourage you, if you've got a patchy beard, I would encourage you to maybe follow what gives you life and maybe what gives you the most confidence. So if you're rocking a long, full beard and it's patchy and that gives you the most confidence, hell, man, rock that. Rock it with pride. If it's, I've opted to go a little bit shorter these days, just because I feel like a shorter beard is stylistically, seasonably fashionable right now. And so, man, it's giving me a little bit of life. Actually, it's about a week's worth of growth because last week I trimmed this all down. So rock what gives you life and gives you confidence. And then the other hand of it is dealing with what we call beard envy. Right. So it's good to look at beards that maybe give you inspiration and kind of something, a goal to achieve. I got another story with Carlos attached to that that I could share another day. But looking at having something set there as a goal, but not using it as something to beat yourself up with.
Right.
Looking at it as, this is going to inspire me to keep growing and get through this season of awkwardness, if you will. But then looking at that and saying, what a beautiful beard, but that's not my beard.
Yeah, and a lot of times, like with these photos, they've got professional lighting, professional photographers, makeup artists, Photoshop touch-ups after the point. So, women have been dealing with this issue for, the past 20 years of this unrealistic expectations of what a woman should look like because they Photoshop them skinnier and longer legs and all this stuff. Guys deal with the same thing, with just really burly, strong muscles and full, thick, gnarly beards and a full head of hair. And the reality is, 70% of men are going to be dealing with hair loss or thinning hair, male pattern baldness. I think a lot of guys are going to be dealing with either a patchy beard or a beard with patches in it.
Right.
I would say the majority of guys have beards with patches in it, or something that they don't like about it.
Yeah.
And only very small fraction have like the Carlos Costa beards.
Yeah.
Even like Greg Brzezinski, who like when you see him on camera, it's beautiful looking beard.
Right.
But he's got thin spots, and it's part of like that education, that grooming that helps him
Absolutely.
achieve the look.
Yeah, and a lot of people may not even realize it, but I think it's safe to say that that maybe even Carlos, or maybe even Greg or Mahesh, Jeff, yourself. I mean, I'm sure we've all got areas of our beard that we're kind of overanalyzing and maybe kind of beating ourselves up with a little bit, kind of. And so they're human, and it's okay to have those like self looking at yourself and kind of critiquing yourself, but to a point where it might prohibit you from having the confidence to wear your beard. That's when you kind of have to, let's talk about that. Like, how do you get through that? How do you navigate through that? And I think Beardbrand is a great place and a great source to help you navigate through those times.
I wanna hijack this a little bit and talk
Yeah.
about my special topic.
Yeah.
But before we do that, a reminder: Sylvester heads up the Alliance. So if you look down in the comments or you look in the description, there's an application to be able to apply for the Alliance. The Alliance is a private beta community that we've got going on right now that's about self-investment. It's not just about beard care. It's not just about growing your hair out. It's about becoming a better version of yourself,
Right.
and investing in yourself. Would love for you guys to submit the application if that's something that you're looking to get interested in, or if you're interested in.
Yeah, and I will even go as far as saying as we're actually met the first 30 days of our beta, and I'm looking to expand the invitation list. So if you've applied recently or you applied in the last couple of weeks, be on the lookout maybe for an email from Alliance, because we want to get you in, and we want to get it going.
So I wanted to talk about I want to talk about, this is almost like a video I want to do on my own vlog, but it's like how you should handle controversial information or topics, and how you should let that affect your life. What happened is on Monday, yesterday, we posted a video. It was Mahesh, and he was talking about a vegan diet. And in my opinion, he presented it in like a very, hey, here, I'm vegan. It's helped my life. I've found improvement in my life from it. Why don't you give it a shot if you want, or, just try one day without eating meat or whatever it is. Very, very, like, well presented. There's no preachiness, nothing. No agenda he was pushing, just sharing something that he's experienced in life that makes him better. And I've kind of done the same thing. Like, I share things that I'm passionate about,
Of course.
that have helped my life and helped me become a better person. But a lot of people have like preconceived notions of what something is, and they bring that baggage into the environment. And what I want to kind of talk about is you should do two things with controversial topics. You should either come in with an open mind and consider what people are saying and communicate with respect, and strive to learn something new, or have a perspective, not necessarily change your mind, but just come in with an open mind. Or your second option is you should come in with a closed mind. No, legitimately,
Yeah.
You've already made up your mind, right?
Right.
You know it's not something for you. And instead of coming in, what you need to do is you just need to avoid it. Right? So the thumbnail says vegan. It's talking about diet. If you know you hate the whole concept of vegans,
Don't hit play.
yeah, don't hit play. Just ignore it. Just skip it. Just like scroll past it. Like, you don't have to expose yourself to things that you're not about. There's a lot of things, like, I tell my wife, I don't want the news on
Right.
in the house. Like, if the news are on, I'm leaving the room. I've already had enough of everything that goes on in the media, all this negative stuff. Like, I just want positivity in my life. No news for me. Like, I'm not going to come in and have an argument every single time, like, oh, the news is bad, da 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 da. I'm just not part of it.
Right.
But if I was still on the fence, like, oh, is the news good or bad, da da da
Right.
da, I would come in with an open mind to understand. So that's my rant, my ramble. I don't know.
Well, that's a good one.
Y'all want to choose a winner?
Yeah. And
Is it winter time?
I think we want to get maybe Handsome Jack back up here.
Nah, look, we got 1 minute. Jack's
Oh.
he's trying to steal a minute from you. Look at that.
Pull the first name.
Yeah, let's get the first name going.
All right.
All right.
Hey, wait, hold on.
Glare on his glasses.
Crazy eyes. Okay.
All right.
Was that entertaining to anyone out there? I hope so.
Yeah, I was. It was
Winner number
entertaining.
1 is Chris Machek.
Tommy says, "Where's his beard?" It's like he just missed the whole special thing. It's like, dude, we got Celeste on here because he's got the patchy beard. That's the whole thing. Oh my god.
Come on,
Who
man.
was it again, Josh?
Chris Machek.
Chris
Machek.
Machek. Oh, you already said sweet.
Oh, sweet.
He's already there.
So that's our first.
Nice,
one,
man. Congrats.
Oh, gong, yeah, gong it.
Also, we have a
And
question for
here's a
Jack.
gong for Sylvester hopping on the stream.
Thanks for coming by, Sylvester.
You guys.
And here's a gong for having Jack back on the stream.
You best go out that way, man. Yes. There it goes.
And here's a gong
here we
for
are.
Josh pulling the winner.
Just gongs all around, man. Hey, it's good to be back. All right, so, Josh, you said there was a question for me already.
Yes.
All right, man. What?
Is that
What is-
handsome? Is your name That Handsome Jack a reference to Borderlands?
No, actually, Handsome Jack was it's a play off of a nickname I had in high school. I had
Was
two
it Ugly
nicknames in
Jack?
high school. I had Hollywood was one of my nicknames, and then Handsome Jack was the other one. I didn't even know what Handsome Jack was until Borderlands was a month out.
They
or something
ripped
like
you
that.
off.
Yeah, man, I guess so.
Where's your royalties?
That's why it's so hard to find names on Instagram. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's that dude from the video games." Anywho, so
Why
that's.
do they call them royalties? Because you'll feel like a royal when they come in.
Yeah.
I think so. I wonder if it has to do anything with royalty. Like maybe back in the day, people were like, "Oh, I'm going to use pictures of the Queen or something like that," and they had to pay to use it. Maybe that's where it comes from. I don't know. I'm not a historian. Either way,
If
Who
you know,
knows?
let us know in the comments.
Yeah,
where
let
the
us
hell
know.
the
We're-
word royalties comes from. It's
'Cause-
the most important thing that we need to figure out on the channel today.
yeah, that's going to be our fact of the day. So anyhow, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and post those in the chat now. We're still going to pull 2 names in just a few minutes, but we've still got 15 minutes, 14 minutes now, but we're going to stick around, answer some questions.
Hey, I saw some questions earlier in the
Yeah.
chat. I don't know if these people are still around, but they were talking about my hair.
Yeah, people were saying
What
you
do
got a
guys
haircut.
think?
It looks good. There's some
No,
good
no
texture.
haircut. I just haven't.
Do you have anything in
I'm
there?
headed to Shed tomorrow.
Oh, really? Who are you going to see?
Chachi.
Nice.
I like Chachi because he's like my brother from another mother.
He does look like you.
Not
yeah.
like my cousin, but
basically.
he looks kind of almost exactly like me.
Very similar, yeah.
Very similar, more tatted up.
Mhm.
And so I don't know what I'm going to do, though. I'm kind of in this hair purgatory where I want something different.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I want something with low maintenance.
I was confused. I thought you were going to grow out your hair for a while now. Is that, you changed your mind on that when you flipped the coin?
I don't know. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But anyways, how I got this hair,
Yeah.
it was easy. It was super easy. I sprayed 5 sprays of sea salt spray in my hand.
Just like you did in the video last
Just
week.
like in the video last week.
Yep. Just
Applied it in, and then I just combed it this direction, let
Yeah.
it air dry.
yeah,
So,
you got that type
lowest-
of texture that works really well with the sea salt spray. Mine just kind of puffs up. But yeah, that's a good look. It's one of those things. Do you ever feel like your hair looks the best the day or two before you get a haircut?
No,
Really?
I feel like my hair looks like total shit, and that's why I'm going to get a haircut.
I
Because I've
always get there.
I've
Yeah.
hated it for
Yeah.
Because I'll deal with a bad hair day for a day or two, but when it's
Yeah.
a week or 2 weeks, then
Then
I'm
it's
like,
just-
okay,
it's time.
it got it too.
Mhm.
Imagine
Yeah.
having a bad hair month.
I've had a whole bad hair year.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
real
That's,
bad.
that's what you're going with right
Yep.
now.
Yeah, it's basically the awkward year for hair. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a challenge. And Greg, don't be hating on me for mustache combing while I'm here.
I'm
No
catching
nervous-
people in the office doing that now. People in
James
the office,
does it.
James in the office, yeah, I'll see him just sitting there. He's doing his work.
You know why I do it?
Why is that?
Dude, it's like shameless plug for our products.
That's true.
Greg.
And it's much, much better than
So you
sitting there
can
and pulling
see
it,
Well, I'm not pulling it. I'm just...
No, but I mean, it's better than pulling it. So, if guys are having an issue with pulling their beards out, you're just sitting there and you're pulling your beard out. That's the best solution I found is just get yourself one of the little combs and just have that thing with you.
Yeah, it's great. It just feels great. And then everyone on the stream's like, I gotta get one of those tiny
Yeah,
combs.
honestly, man, because what looks cooler? You got this cool little comb, or you're just sitting there let me pull my beard out, hair by hair. So that's my take on it. Anyhow, guys.
So, Greg, I see you
keep that
there
in mind, Greg.
commenting on my habits.
Actually, Greg just got a really cool video that he sent us today. So if you guys
Oh,
are,
yeah?
if you guys are in the mood to see Greg in the barber shop again, stay tuned for that. That's coming up pretty soon. Anyhow, so here's a question right away for you, Eric. This is from Ash327. You mentioned the percentage of viewers your vids were more European to American. Do you think they view beards differently? So do you think Europeans view beards?
I probably think the Dutch view beards a little bit differently because on average they're like 7 foot tall. So they're viewing at a downward angle.
Yeah, they're looking
whereas
down on
the
them.
Italians
Are looking
up.
Mhm.
You know, the Mexicans are looking up. Americans are kind of looking
In the middle, yeah. But
yeah, I definitely I definitely think there is a different vibe for style in Europe. Like American style, I prototypically think of Jack and like the boat shoes and the polos and the t-shirts. He's wearing shorts. Can you believe this? Shorts to the office.
yeah, very short shorts.
Not shorts.
Not just short.
Chubbies.
Chubbies. I wear very short
Chubbies.
shorts.
Yeah, Chubby is a very American brand. You can't
Yeah.
get more American than that.
Right.
Whereas I think like Europeans are a little more style conscious, more about wearing clothes that fit well, and have probably like the hairstyles that are in Europe probably end up in America like
Almost
a
more
couple
like
years later.
Carlos's kind of situation.
Yeah, Carlos. Even like James in The Office, I think has kind of a Euro vibe.
Well, he is European. He's British, yeah?
Yeah, he's British. He lived in Paris for the past couple of years, but he grew up in the States.
That's true.
And then who else kind of has like a European vibe?
Even Greg has kind of a European kind of situation going on, but he's got also that quintessential like New England style too, which is tricky.
When I think of Greg, I think of like the button-up white shirt and the tie, which is very classic American.
Yeah, very
American.
East Coast.
But you know, those British guys, they wear like a lot of tweed, very dapper kind of look. And then like the Italians have like a lot more polished. Anyways, I went on this long tangent about different styles. So yes, I do think that beards are beard style. Everything's viewed differently depending on where the people are from.
All right, cool, man. Josh, can we pull our second name? I see a question I want to answer real quick, but I'll answer that while you pull the second name. Is that all good, man?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. All right. This is from Zamek, who is one of our previous winners. How do I deal with growing a yeard that is getting scraggly? That is just part of the deal, man. When you take on a yeard, it is sort of a self-imposed challenge. The only person that's going to keep you to that challenge is yourself. And I think that you're going to find that there is quite a bit of adversity doing it. From yourself and from others, man.
You know what I would say? I would say just grab one of these great little combs.
Get those tiny combs.
You get a tiny comb, and then you just like, oh, man, there goes all my scraggles.
Yeah, that definitely helps.
Right? No, that's
but
just
that's
the point.
that definitely helps. But no, two things that I've definitely found that really, really help when it gets scraggly is, one, you got to do the Mahesh trick, the blow drying and comb through it. I do that every single day. It takes me 3 minutes. Really simple. I've gotten it down to like a science. It kind of puffs out more as the day goes out, but that's only because it's so humid here in Texas and it's just freaking out. But the second thing is beard softener in the shower. That's like a night and day difference for me. If I don't have any beard softener in there, I do a co-washing thing. And if I don't co-wash one day, it starts going outward.
Yeah.
So those are the two
co-washing
things.
Means conditioner washing for short.
So you use the beard. I use the beard washener almost every single day. Like
Beard
5 or
washener?
the beard softener. I use the beard wash 2 to 3 times a week. I use the beard softener 5 to 6 times a week. All right. So Joshua,
we got a winner. We got a second.
Do
winner?
we have a second winner, my man?
Yes.
Let's go.
Winner number 2. I'm going to butcher this last name so hard, and I really apologize. Eric Skosberg.
Skosberg.
Eric Skosberg.
It's another Eric, man. Let me see that.
Great name, man.
That is a cool name. That sounds very European. I saw a question someone asked you. One sec.
I saw one earlier that I really want to kind of.
Okay, yeah, go for it. What was the question, Josh?
What's the difference between the gold line and silver line? Is it just the fragrances?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Yeah.
There is so we use exotic ingredients for our gold line, and no expense. So you get the finest, very complex, very unique type of fragrances.
Definitely more.
Very bold.
I wouldn't say complicated, but like
complex. Man.
Complex. Yeah, that's the best word to describe
complex.
it.
Yeah,
complex.
and almost cologne-like is how I'd say. Is like
definitely.
gold line is going to be like cologne replacement,
and
then your silver line are awesome, incredible fragrances.
Oh yeah.
And some people even like the fragrances of a silver line more than
I
the
mean,
gold.
honestly, you could wear them as that could be your cologne if you got a big enough beard. It's like, oh, there you go.
But the base is going to be the same, and the same goes with our white line as well. The white line's very economical fragrances.
For the modern man on the go.
But the formulation is going to be pretty much identical across the board.
Definitely.
With the exception of the beard oil. The beard oil has slightly different formulations. But generally speaking, it's going to be the fragrance.
Sounds good, man. That's a good explanation. So there you go. Josh, is Eric in the chat yet? Has he responded?
Yeah, he responded.
Sweet.
He's Swedish.
Wow, 2 for 2. Swedish, eh? Still European.
But he lives in Texas.
Oh, hey. Yeah. Hey, if he's in Austin, he's swinging by. All right, here's the question for you, Eric. Eric, how do you trim a big beard like Jack's to a medium-short beard like yours without ruining it? Would you go to the clippers against the grain?
Yeah, clippers against the grain would probably be a little too short for my length beard. You probably got to come in here with scissors.
Yeah, definitely.
I've done a couple of scissors videos in the past where generally what you want to do is just trim a little bit, get it longer than you think, sleep on it.
Literally?
Like if this is your first time doing it, like sleep on it, see how it looks the next day after you showered, you wash, tighten it up a little bit, like only aim to take away like a half an inch per day or something like that.
Underestimate it basically.
Right, so basically you're just trimming up along the bottom and pulling it up as you go rather than doing a big trim across to try to get it, because you're going to make mistakes and then you can kind of even it up. But if you're trying to do it all at once, you're going to end up over trimming essentially, and then you're going to go too short.
No, I mean, people definitely do that. And I think one of the biggest things, as Carlos said this in a video, was make sure you're not going too short on the sides specifically. I've done that myself. I went to a barber shop and I had this really bad beard trim and it was my own fault because I told him, like, here, take the sides as short as you can go, but don't touch this underneath part. And I ended up looking really lopsided. So make sure you're not going out of there. Anyhow, I would do that with this, but this is glass.
Yeah,
I don't want to ruin our studio. Anyhow.
Gong winner.
Oh yeah, Gong the second winner. So
Gong the first winner.
Nice. Okay.
Did I already Gong the first winner?
I think
that was part
so.
of, like, my
That was like
crazy
the gigantic
gong.
gong roll.
I'm a little gong happy today, man.
So here is one from Sonny, who was actually one of the guys that we did in the style consultation.
Oh, yeah, Sonny.
He was the guy with the thinner mustache and the great undercut. He said, hey, guys, you saw my stash. It's very thin. Any advice on growing it bigger? That's tough. That's really tough, especially coming from a guy like me whose stash just kind of kicked out and just said, nope, I'm good. I feel like you're more qualified to talk about the mustaches than I am.
Yeah, I mean, like, it goes back to genetics. You kind of grow what you got.
Yeah, absolutely.
Depending on what you got, you style it to the best of your
That's what I'm doing. I mean, I pulled mine into like a little miniature handlebar imperial. So, I mean, yeah, it's working with what you have and, like you said, growing what you've got.
Yeah.
You can't...
I think, like, if you do have a thinner stash like you, in my opinion, it makes sense to go with that styled look.
It can sometimes make it look bigger.
Yeah, I think it makes it look more put together, a little more
It looks
purposeful.
a little bit more intentional. It almost looks like, hey, this guy's actually choosing to make his mustache look like that. Plus, I don't know, I always kind of like this style. Kind of makes me look at the Beardbrand logo. But that's I think if you grew yours out a little bit more and kept it more rounded, that would be more akin to the logo.
Yeah.
Anyhow, let's...
Got any more questions, Josh?
Got any more questions, or should we pull the next name?
Ones?
One just came in. About when's the right time to start using products like a brush or oil?
Oil, I would say right off the bat, man. Within that first week, that's when I started using it.
Yeah, I mean, I would just buy it right now.
Yeah, even if you don't have a beard.
Because it's great. Yeah, you don't even need, like, if you shave your beard, you can still use the product.
Oh, yeah.
So oil for sure.
Oil's a go-to.
A brush for me, like, I personally use a comb for the majority of the time, and then I use a brush as like a finishing thing to kind of get everything in line. So for me, a brush is probably going to have to be at least 2 weeks.
I would, I give it at least a little bit of time until you can actually start to see it like coming off your face a little bit, if that makes sense. Where it's not like skin tight to your face anymore. When the stubble becomes pretty heavy, would be a good time to do that. And that's really more for like direction at the beginning. That's training the hair.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so Josh, do we have a third winner we can tag in the chat?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to gong right on time this time.
Yeah, let's get him going.
Hang on, let me go ahead and
let's tag him in there. Let's tag him in there.
3, 2, 1, go.
Brett Johnson.
Brett Johnson.
Brett! It's a very classic American name right there.
You're our third winner.
Sweet, sweet, sweet.
Let us know so everyone can talk about how
Congrats, man.
congratulatory they are for you.
Hopefully he's in here, man. Congratulations, Brett. I hope he's in here. Wouldn't that be embarrassing if he wasn't? I always feel bad. There he is. Sweet, man. That's 3 for 3.
Woohoo! That was easy.
That was easy. That's the easiest one we've ever had. So, guys, that just about wraps it up, man. Oh, I see one more that speaks to me right now. How do you deal with the heat in Texas with a long beard? I'm trying to figure that out myself.
I don't go
Yeah,
outside.
it's rough.
I
It's
just-
rough,
yeah.
man.
I do not go outside.
Yeah,
Like,
people were
someone
telling me
suggested
that
to
it
go
doesn't
outside.
get hotter with the beard. It definitely gets hotter in Texas with the beard.
Not for me.
Well, yours is a lot smaller
But,
than this.
Yeah, I just don't like sweating and all that stuff.
Yeah, man, I can't do it. So I'm currently trying to figure that out myself. But anywho, guys.
All right, yeah, another great stream. We
Another stream in the
appreciate
bag.
everyone Here,
That's it.
let's give it a gong to go.
Yeah,
and
thanks
as
to
always,
Sylvester
thanks
for stopping by.
Cheers. Keep on growing.
See you guys.